All right, it's Fright Never Ferocious to me, and they're already starting with me.
We're starting.
Yeah, you're starting with me.
We're starting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about Doomsday 2008, and Presto doesn't like this thing already. Did you
I wa-
actually watch it?
yeah, I
Yeah.
watched it.
Okay.
I paid $4 to watch it.
I
The
thought
whole
I
time
thought
I
you
was.
got I thought you got funded. Do you need Cash App? You got Cash App?
You need to pay me for all those other movies you made us watch. All right, like
You got funded. A mystical little fairy may have Venmoed you some cash, so you stop being a grouchy old asshole about it.
it must have been next to the link she sent me.
Oh,
I swear I thought I sent the link.
Probably typed it out and everything, just didn't hit the send button.
Shit, block. No, the whole time I was watching, I was like, I feel like I either own this or I've seen this before. Like, there were certain scenes where I was just like, I feel like I've seen this, but I don't know. And then some other scene happened. I was like, yeah, I think I remember this. And I was like, no, I don't. So I kept arguing with myself all movie. I probably own it. Maybe. I don't know. But I watched it.
it's probably because it feels like 5 other movies.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I was just like, oh, I'm watching this. I'm watching this. And how original is this one? And I understand this came out in the middle, like after some of the movies I thought it was, and before some of the other movies. So, yeah.
So somebody described this as being part Mad Max, part 28 years later, and something else. What was the other thing?
I think I also had like Resident Evil in there. I think I had Dawn of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's that move. That's that zombie movie with Batista, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like a mixture of all those, and then yeah, very Mad Maxy,
Yeah.
just more violent.
Yeah, I can't remember what the third thing was, but definitely Mad Max, definitely 28 years later, and there was something else. I'll remember it later, but it has familiar faces in it.
That it does.
So we can't argue about those familiar faces, can we?
I don't think we usually argue about that. Wow, we're not even doing intros this week. You're killing it.
I mean, I can safely say when I started watching it, I was like, God damn! I didn't realize that Kate Beckinsale put on some muscle for this role.
So that's her copy.
I was like, what the fuck's up with her face? Like, something just looks a little weird. And then I remembered, oh, that's right. It's her doppelganger. Okay. I got you. Yeah,
right.
that was weird. That was weird. So it looked like she was roided out.
So since Presto's complaining about intros, we'll do intros. I'm not feeling well tonight, and they're not giving me any breaks, guys. To let you know.
As expected.
Presto can go first.
So sorry I missed last week. It's good to be back. I'm feeling good. I had 2 concerts back to back last week, Friday and Saturday, and a graduation party in there. So yeah, that was cool. My wife also threw me a surprise 40th birthday. I turned 40 Monday, so she totally pulled it off. I was completely surprised, totally oblivious to the whole thing. And it was a Scream themed surprise birthday party. So
nice.
I guess I can't leave her. I told her, if you don't throw me a surprise Scream 40th birthday party, I'm leaving you. Spoiler, she did. So stuck for another 10 years. She said that was the most stressful party she ever thrown. So if I ever want to party again, just tell her. So I told her, you know, in 2 weeks I turned 40. I would like a party. She didn't find that too funny. So yeah, besides that, it's been busy between the party, some concerts. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend yet for my birthday, but doing something, even if it's just going shopping or something. I don't know. You know, thrift in, go to the Quakertown Farmers Market. It makes shopping fun, at least what the commercial says. So I watched a couple movies. The new Mortal Kombat 2. It's pretty good. Started watching Faces of Death. Not really into that.
The new
And
one?
yeah. And I want to see Obsession. I did not see that yet, but like I think they were talking about it 2 weeks ago on the pod, and then some of the
Yeah.
people in the chat, and then just still everyone's still saying it's so good. I actually think they said on June 2nd it comes out on digital, so that's cool. Maybe I'll just wait till Tuesday then to see it. Made it this long. He-Man's coming out next week. If anyone's He-Man fans, I'm not, but it looks really good. And they got some amazing popcorn buckets, and they got like a He-Man sword that holds 44 ounces of soda, which is pretty amazing. Yeah. I watched the new Super Mario Brothers movie. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's better than the first one. So, yeah, I didn't have any time for gaming again. Sorry, guys. I know. I keep saying every week I'm gonna get back to this gaming thing, and it doesn't happen. But I did look at my system, so if that counts, I think I moved it to dust it. So I'm getting there.
Do you still know where your controllers are?
Yeah, right on top of the system.
Okay.
I don't know if they're probably dead, but I did play the Nintendo Switch for like 2 minutes. My wife loves Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, so I found like a Rudolph game, and I bought it, and it was pretty cheesy as expected, but I helped Rudolph jump across the icebergs to get the abominable snow monster and fall in love with Clarice, his side chick. So yeah, I did actually play some video games. So
Okay.
go Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
Drac called you old.
I feel old. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I'm okay being 40 soon. Like when I turned 36, I felt really disgusting. I was like, this is a disgusting age. Like it's just like close to 40, but not there. You're kind of away from your 30s. Like it's kind of depressing. But 40, I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. I'll embrace it.
Yeah, the way I look at age, by the time you hit mid-30s, that's when stubbing your toe or bumping your elbow or knee against something really starts to hurt a little bit longer than it probably should. Like before you stub your toe, it's like 20 minutes later, you forgot all about it. Now you stub your toe at like 35 and up, it's like, man, that really hurt. You get to 40, it's like it bothers you a week later. And by the time you get to 50, it's like, yeah, I can tell when the weather is going to be kind of overcast or cloudy now after stubbing my toe. So
I mean, at 40,
Move.
you hope when you sneeze, you either don't throw out your back or you don't shit yourself. Like it's. I actually, the other day I was like, yo, my foot hurts. I took off my sock and like the inside of my foot's all black and blue, and I have no idea how it happened. And I told my wife, I was like, oh, look at this. She's like, what'd you do? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't remember. She's like, shocking. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it'll go away eventually.
oh man.
So yeah, it's all good. I still think Silent is older than me. All right. I've been saying this for years.
I'm not, but
I know. You didn't show me your driver's license yet.
I'm not showing you my driver's license. Good Lord.
Do you have hair in that picture or something? What are you hiding?
No, actually, no. You know what? So I what was it? I think it was this time. I finally had to get because they usually give you like I think it's 5 to 10 years out here. They give you before you have to go in and get like the actual redo. Like you have to go in and really get an official license again. And so when I went in, they're like, "Oh, hey, you've been on this one the last couple of years. We have to have you do a new one." And when I pulled out the other one and I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's right. I had hair in the last photo. This is weird. And it wasn't like it was just a couple of years ago either. Like it had been a solid 10 years prior. Like I had that license for a long time with hair. And I'm sure if I had gotten pulled over, they would have been like, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're the same guy. You look like an 11-year-old man now. Versus in this, you had hair.
Man, in Pennsylvania, I do it like every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they I don't know if they changed it at one point, but it was pretty rough, pretty rough reality. My wife and I both had to get our updated ones, and when we both saw them, we're just like, what the shit? It was yeah, it was a little jarring. But I will agree with everything that you guys just said about everything hurting all the time. I just cleaned out the fish tank filter a couple days ago, and I was sitting on the edge of the tub while I was working through the filtration levels in this canister filter I have. And for the next 2 to 3 days after that, my ass was sore. The freaking muscles in my ass, or the bones, because I was sitting on the edge of the tub. And all I was doing was sitting. So, you know, that's great. That always feels amazing. It's like when you wake up in the morning and you stretch and you accidentally pop something mid back, and then you're miserable for like 2 days. Yeah.
Let's just talk about being old and how much it sucks this podcast.
We got plenty of material we could go over with that.
I feel like Fee is so old she's like born again, like she's young again.
Oh shit. Oh.
How you feel about that, Fuzzy?
Fuzzy is eternally youthful. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
You see that face on his video gaming podcast? That man doesn't look like a day over 35.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, he's also probably doing video games right now.
The fuck he is.
I didn't realize I was on mute. I'm up here talking, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Don't worry, Fuzzy. I do it too. Don't worry. I get it. It's when I get some of my best Forza laps in. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even know
you would hear the cars in the background if I was playing Forza, because I now play it on PC as opposed to the console, just because it's so much. Well, I wouldn't say so much better looking, but it's one of those things where the console looks great. PC goes that extra mile with the ray tracing, and the damage is a bit better as far as the cars and stuff like that. But
no, I feel you. I've got the widescreen monitor, and one half is Forza, and the other half is chat and StreamYard.
What's Forza? Is that Fortnite?
No, it's the new racing game. Yeah, and they're in Japan this time, which people have been asking for, to bring the game out there for years, and they finally did it. They got a lot of the cars that you would expect for out there. You got the GTRs, you got the I can't even think now. You got the Fair Lady, you got basically everything that you would want. Well, not everything, but there's quite a few of the main names that you would want as far as the cars for out there. Plus, they got some cool game modes. Like there's a food delivery thing, and you're probably thinking, "Hey, what's a food delivery thing doing in a racing game?" But
exactly what I was thinking.
But they have it where you can do drifting, so it's almost like you're doing DoorDash as the driver, but you have a certain amount of time to get to the customer, and you can do drifting, and you'll have to accumulate a certain amount of points to get to like a 3-star review, and like 3 stars is the max you can get. And then sometimes you'll have to beat another delivery company to that same customer, so you're almost either trying to wreck that person, or you're trying to figure out a shorter path through the city and down some of the alleyways and side streets and stuff to get to the customer faster. Or you could just...
I got a question.
Uh-oh. Yes.
Don't you all have video podcasts for this?
Yeah. Do you
In
want
my
to talk about
defense, all I asked was that Fortnite. So
And in all of our defense, except for yours, Fee, we don't do a video game podcast with Presto.
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Notice they didn't say, "Oh, we don't do a video podcast with all four of us." Just
Isn't
because
next weekend your nerd thing, your
yes,
LA thing?
it is their nerd thing.
Sure
Yeah.
is. Sure is.
Fee, you should probably go start Pact. Fuzzy will take care of the podcast.
Now, do we want to talk about old things, or do we want to talk about?
Well, I want to get
Doomsday?
through intros because
Oh.
we've only gotten through.
Oh, we haven't even
one.
got.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, no, I've been achy and I've watched some movies and I've played some 007 and Forza Horizon. Fuzzy, what have you been up to?
Mainly Forza Horizon, and doing some audio stuff and some image stuff for like the thumbnail, and yeah, just a little
Can I
bit of
get that sound
everything.
done?
Yes, I know, because we're leaving Tuesday, so I got like less than 4 days. But yeah, for the most part, watch this weird movie that we're going to talk about today. But outside of that, not much else. It's kind of extra warm outside, and I like keeping the house inside cold. So yeah, just staying indoors for the most
Very
part.
cold.
It's not very cold. It's because this room, because of all the electronics, winds up being like 90 degrees at times. So I have to counter it with turning the thermostat down to 60. But then it makes the first floor and like the basement and the garage area, all of that's like probably feels like more like 30 instead of 60. But
So it's an icebox downstairs
mhm.
on the first floor where the basement and stuff is, and it's about maybe 5 degrees warmer. And
No,
then
it's
when you
more
go
than
up in Fuzzy's room, it's like 90 degrees.
Well, it's comfortable now. Like whatever I have it set to, it's comfortable right now.
Fuzzy brings the heat. That's why it's so hot.
Uh-huh.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Sophie, what have you been up to?
Well, my administration had the bright idea, since I'm going to be out for driving Fuzzy to his nerd thing. They decided, hey, get all your work done before, your grades and your progress notes, clean your classroom. So yes, now I'm very sore because I've been trying to, do laundry and get this place, a little bit cleaned up so that somebody can come in and, just watch over the cats a little bit while we're gone and make it look like, actually somebody's living here. So, and then trying to clean my classroom, moving everything around. Yeah, I'm sore. So I feel old.
Well,
We can talk about how you feel old, but we can't talk about how I feel old.
there's
My
this between
clavicle hurts.
feeling old and being old, and you're both.
How you feel about this, Fuzzy? Yeah,
Youthful. Feels youthful.
Well, you keep on saying that I'm older when you're actually older. So
Oh yes. Here we go. So
Oh shit, here we go.
he's older than I am because he's 4 and I'm 5.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's our maturity when we're together. So
It's not how math works.
yes, he's 4 and I'm 5, and because 4 comes before 5, 4 is older.
I don't want to hear about anyone coming before anyone. It's inappropriate, and I feel like a boundary was crossed. And I don't like when my parents talk about these things in front of me.
So yeah, we're old. No denying.
Mm-hmm.
How much older is she than you?
Almost a year.
70.
Almost a year. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I would have guessed easily 13.
It's literally 5 days. He turns yeah, we're not discussing age. How do I get rid of this?
Well, I'm just gonna say
I'm
one of you
deleting that
looks
comment. It
you
does
looks
not exist
great,
now.
and the other one,
Thanks, Presto. I appreciate that.
you're welcome, bud.
No, but going with
Drax,
the
Drax got strong opinions about marriage. I see.
Yeah. There's we're unpacking some shit here. This is like this conversation in the chat is like an onion. There's a lot of layers.
But here, this is what Punty said before he left. I know Cypher is going to say something controversial. I don't think it's you tonight.
I mean, technically, it wasn't me. I was responding to what was controversially being said. And I did, in case anyone was wondering, I did already pour a little bit of whiskey into my ears to try and erase that memory. So,
Yes.
rest assured, we're ready.
Yeah,
Before we
Sanchez
came on the chat, Silent said, "Fuck them kids again." He says it a lot.
I said, "Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. I want to eat my corrugated bran puffs and live in peace." Ah.
So Sanchez said, "What did I walk into?"
Why are the pages all sticky?
The most
Sanchez,
entertaining, the most entertaining hour and a half of your life. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Or it could be 2.5 hours. We don't know yet.
No. Hey, how about Doomsday?
yeah.
Yeah, how about Doomsday when we're about a half an hour in?
Speaking of time, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, what's everybody's first impressions on this?
All right, so we're doing ratings now. Cool.
No, just first impressions.
I was still very caught off guard when I saw impersonating Kate Beckinsale showing up in this thing, and I was very confused. And yeah, and then felt like a real idiot when I remembered that she got a doppelganger.
So that same doppelganger was in the third
Underworld,
what was it, Underworld movie, Rise of Legends?
which is fucked up.
Yeah, she was the replacement
Yeah.
for the girl that was in Sonya, who was in, the family and married the wolf and everything. So, but they were dead on. I mean, she does look really like her.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, given her dating history over the last like 10 years, I'm way more into Rona Mitra than I am Kate Beckinsale, because Pete Davidson is a tool bag and she got with him, and I don't want to touch anything that Pete Davidson has even looked at. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She lost a few. No, she lost a few quality points after that shack up. And
But wait a minute, don't you feel that he's just misunderstood? I mean, he has a mental health disorder. He's living with and trying to work. And I mean, shouldn't we feel a little sorry for him?
Yeah, his life sucks.
Pete Davidson also has a physical ailment. It's called butthole eyes. Look it up on Google. Google it. It's where it looks like someone smeared duty all around their eyes, because everything, just the eyes are super dark, but everything else about him like super pale.
He gets so much
it's
hate.
gross.
He
Whatever.
gets so much hate.
He's got butthole eyes. Like I said, Google it. Be careful. Be careful. Don't Google it on the family PC.
Okay. How about this?
But Google it.
Pete Davidson or Chris Pratt?
I would much rather Chris Pratt, even though he's
Really?
intolerable. Even though his humor is intolerable sometimes, he's a more.
Why'd you pick
valuable-
those two though? Like, why Chris Pratt?
Yeah, why not? Why not offer me a better human being? What are you doing? Like what? Yeah, why do I have to choose between a turd and a turd that's like polished? Like what?
That's the whole point of the game, okay?
That's a fucked up game. I don't like this game. Let's keep going. No, I as I was watching this movie, all I could think is, well, and even just when I saw the trailer, because I went back to watch it real quick, I was like, yeah, this feels like they tried to make 5 or 6 different movies
Mm-hmm.
all in one movie. And there are some scenes in this, which I'm sure we'll get into as we talk about it more, where it felt like they were doing a good job keeping a pace, or they were, staying on target, and then all of a sudden some weird emo punk rock, like, I don't know, rager or something suddenly happens out of nowhere, and all of the girls look like they've been employed at Hot Topic for some reason. I don't
Hey,
know.
that's
There's
okay.
No, not necessarily. There were some where I was like, your face looks like a fucking trapper keeper. There's nothing okay with that. Like, you got that many piercings in your face. If I can throw a shoelace through those and like close your mouth and make you suffocate, that's a bad sign. That's not a good thing.
Haters gonna hate.
Hey man, give me I love me a little goth chick too, don't get me wrong, but that stuff scares the shit out of me. If you look like you just walked off of the scene from like Clive Barker's Hellraiser, like that's a problem.
Mm-mm-mm.
Anyways, what'd you guys think?
Well, I guess I'll go as far as my initial thoughts. Yeah, it's definitely a movie that's a mixture of multiple movies we've all seen, kind of thing. Um, the mm, there were a few things that in watching the trailer, I kind of expected that this was going to be a wild, loss of thought. Well, not really loss of thought, but like don't take it too serious kind of thing. But definitely a weird mashup considering how you have a regular city, an outbreak happens, and then it's like, oh, just build a wall around everything, and we'll keep the virus contained. Oh wait, it broke out of the walls, and hey, there's some survivors there that must have I guess become immune or were already immune to whatever virus. Let's go ahead and get a sample or find one of the medics that got left behind back there, kind of thing. But interesting concept. It just felt like, although then again, this was a movie from 2008, I guess. So it wasn't too bad for, I guess, the time, but it definitely felt like they probably spent more than what this movie brought in. I haven't looked at the numbers, but it always had that feeling like, yeah, they overpaid for this kind of thing. But
We'll look at
interesting
that in a minute.
nonetheless.
We'll look at that in a minute. Presto, what is your feeling about this movie?
Kind of what everyone else was saying. Kind of feels like the director didn't have a clear vision, or maybe he just liked a bunch of movies and was like, I'm going to combine them. It's not a movie that didn't age well. Like, watching it, I didn't feel like it was back 18 years ago. Well, technically it takes place in 2035 or whatever, so it's kind of weird. We're closer to 2035 than we were 2008 when it came out, so yikes. The sets and those were really cool. Like, those didn't really seem any cheesy. Like, I didn't look it up, but I don't know if they filmed at real spots and just made them look older. I don't know if those were like all built sets. I liked when they went to I don't know if it was the mall or the hospital, and they were riding the dirt bikes through there. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I almost felt like this is a Mad Max continuation. It's almost like they focus on the virus at first, and then, like, I know they wanted to find the girl because she could save with the virus, but like, once you got past like the initial outbreak or whatever, it just felt like a totally different movie. And then at the end, they tried to kind of like tie it back in together. Like, oh shit, that I forgot my vision I was originally going with. But it still was enjoyable. Like I said, it wasn't one of the worst ones you had us watch, so it wasn't bad. I don't regret watching it. Like I said, I thought I saw it years ago. There were some scenes that seemed very familiar, especially the main bad guy that had the mohawk or whatever.
Soul.
He was like Rufio's brother from Peter Pan or something. But yeah, the vehicles were fun when they were like driving away. Some of those were pretty cool looking. So yeah, it wasn't a bad watch. It kept me entertained, which I can't say that about some of these movies we watch. So so I enjoyed it.
Anyway, so yeah, so when we originally had 3 movies, and we said, you know, Prince Presto was going to decide for us.
Prince Press. For the record, Silent picked this movie. I didn't.
Well, no, we were gonna have you on the original 3, but you didn't like none of them, so I had to come up with another 3, and I thought you were the one that chimed in when it was Cypher.
Yeah, our names look alike, so better watch out for that.
It's true. Yeah.
I told you I wasn't feeling well. Anyway, so yeah, so we decided on this one, and Preston was along for the ride, and he couldn't get out of it. No,
It's a ride I enjoyed, though.
Yes, so you know he did watch it, so that's a step in the right direction, right? Anyway. So anyway, this did not recoup its money. It had a $30 million budget. It brought in about 22 worldwide, and US and Canada alone was 11 million. Yes, he was disjointed. A lot of reviewers said that yes, this was kind of like 3 or 4 different plots meshed together. Mad Max, somebody said 28 years later, and the other one was Escape from New York. That was the other one I was trying to figure out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know they have to, once they get in there, they got to escape from there. And originally it was supposed to be going in and getting the scientist because he had the cure because he was working on it before, but then it wound up being his daughter, because they were all immune, which we could have figured that out on our own in the first like 15 minutes. They didn't actually have to say it in the movie. But I like this movie, and that's one of the reasons why I put it on the second list. But it did not recoup its money. If you do happen to find the actual DVD, the unrated version / regular version, theatrical version, they have behind the scenes stuff in there. And so the bus, when Soul is supposed to go through the bus and it's supposed to explode and stuff like that, they were actually going to do that as a practical effect. And they were explaining that in the behind the scenes stuff on the DVD. But they couldn't because it was deemed unsafe. So they had to use a green screen for most of it. So if you're interested and you find it or whatever, it does have the behind the scenes stuff in there, and they explain how they did some of the stunts. And he does talk about how he was trying to make this Mad Max and Escape from New York and playing around with those themes. So it's a good buy. I got it for $5, so I'm sure you go to Walmart or something, you can probably still find it, or eBay.
I snagged it on digital, and it was the unread one. I don't know. It doesn't seem like usually they have any of the behind the scenes stuff, but I'll
Yeah.
have to look and see if they have anything.
But you might be able to actually get the DVD, and that's where I was able to, we were able to see the behind the scenes stuff. That's the benefit of getting the live media compared to getting the streaming stuff, because if they're going to do the behind the scenes stuff, it's always a separate cost, and they rarely do it. I see it once in a while, but that's kind of the difference between the live media and paying through streaming for the license. So, yeah, like I said, I like this movie. It has a lot of familiar faces in it, such as Bob Hoskins is in this. You have the guy from Alexander. How do you pronounce his last name? Siddig. Siddig. He's from Deep Space Nine. He was the doctor in that one. And you have Mitra in here and a few other familiar faces. So Saul, he's one of my favorites in here, and Viper.
I mean, you have Malcolm McDowell or whatever in this.
Yeah, and Malcolm Douglas in here. I'm trying to find.
I don't
Saul.
even know if they credit him, but
I
as soon
think
as you heard his voice, you were like, "Oh, I know who that is."
Well, he's credited on the actual DVD and in the movie. So, but let me see. Oh, the other one, Mayanne Burring. I know she was in Twilight, but she's been in other things as well. She was the daughter. She was the one that, they were trying to get her out after they realized that, she was immune and stuff. Craig Conway played Soul. He reminds me of Hank Azaria sometimes. You see it a little bit in there? Hank Azaria? No.
Which one?
Hank Azaria. He's the one that does.
Yeah, which one from the movie do you think he was?
Soul. Craig Conway, Soul. His eyes have that, similar shape to Hank Azaria's when he gets dressed up in character as well. So I don't know how you guys feel. But let's start with, how did you feel about the plot? Was it okay? Was it not okay? Was it too similar to other movies? Did it bother you? Y'all on silent. Y'all mute.
Sorry, I was on mute still.
I know everybody is.
I enjoyed the actual storyline and everything, like the plot and the storyline for it. Seemed, I mean, it was good to me. It definitely, we've already covered it, but obviously there's not going to be any real originality score for this sucker, because you feel like you are watching a lot of the same thing that you've already seen other places. But it was still good. Like, I enjoyed the idea, and it wasn't like we had any big shocker moments or anything like that, but the core structure of it, the reasoning for what was happening and stuff, like, I thought that was pretty good. I liked the idea that they came with, of having her with that, like, what was it, like a camera eyeball? That was a little interesting. I'll give them that. It was a little creepy when you saw her freaking eye socket. The one time that they kind of give you a view of her eye, you're like, oh, dear God. I didn't need to actually see that, but yeah, I liked the general premise. I thought it was a good one to do.
What was the question again?
So the plot itself, was it? Did it?
Oh, it was
hang on something else? Did it bother you?
Like we said, we saw a little bit of other movies in this, but I still enjoyed it. It wasn't anything too off where it really threw me off. The opening scene was pretty dark, man. Like, just that one person was infected trying to get in, and then soldier just letting loose on everyone, and then the crowd fighting back, and just holy crap, that was a lot of people got their fingers chopped off. That was painful to watch.
Mhm.
Yeah, the opening scene was pretty brutal.
But
And
even
I
the
was,
remember the soldier though? Remember when they were on the ship and they were trying to get whatever they were trying to get, and the bad guy had the villain had the gun to his head, and he's
oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, that was pretty brutal too.
the shotgun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just like because as soon as he blew the guy's head off, he was just like he knew he was fucked. That like that girl was just gonna light him up then. Um, but yeah, it was fun. It was. I think the more I think about it, how much of a mess it was, I don't like it as much. So I'm not gonna think about how bad the plot was and or how much of a mess it was, and just remember certain scenes that I enjoyed. I was a little surprised that the girl with all the face tattoos got axed kind of early.
Yeah.
That did remind me of I think Army of the Dead, like I mentioned earlier. Army of the
Mhm.
Dead came out afterwards, but
Yeah.
in Army of the Dead, the main zombie or whatever, they killed his girlfriend. So he like made it a point the rest of the movie to chase after them, which kind of happened in this. Like she got her head chopped off, and
Mhm.
when he found out, he made it a point to go after them. It's kind of disturbing. He just had the head and the body still in the car when they were riding at the end. And either the roads were really smooth or something because the head wasn't sewn on as you saw, and it stayed
Mhm.
on the whole time until like the car crashed and then it just kind of toppled over. So that was kind of funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, I if you're a fan of the movies we listed or mentioned, I would definitely check this one out. Um, obviously.
What about
What about
Fuzzy?
you, Fuzz?
So as far as the plot, I think it definitely kind of made sense. Although sending an extraction team to get a particular doctor, supposedly seeing like people running around, oh, there must have been a cure, and he's probably responsible for it. Go ahead and extract them. It's I think it would be just as easy just to do what they kind of like wind up doing in the end without giving away that part of it. But I, I think the only thing that as far as the plot that didn't really seem to make sense was when they went to do the extraction and how those APCs were a lot more vulnerable to things that they shouldn't be vulnerable to. But they had to have the normal cliche type stuff. It's like, oh, somebody's outside the APC, let's go rescue them. Like when your team is telling you, don't open the door, don't mess with the people outside, and it's like, oh yeah, let me just put them in one of those extraction bubbles or something. I didn't check to see if they have any weapons or knives. That part was getting me a little frustrated and stuff. But plot overall kind of makes sense, although I wouldn't say it falls apart towards the end, but it definitely goes a little further than what I would have anticipated. Wouldn't expect in a modern day when the rest of the world is still modern or current day like today, and then a certain section of it is like medieval times. Although I
Uh-huh.
guess it makes sense considering they're isolated from technology and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, throw them in the pit and have them fight it out, kind of thing. So I guess we got to look forward to that if we ever have like an apocalypse or something. It's like, oh yeah, we'll just be like Mad Max until we get rescued or
Mhm.
the outside comes and extracts us or something. I don't know, but
So
So,
Fuzzy didn't fall asleep.
I was getting close a couple of times, but yeah, I didn't fall asleep. But I definitely got mad at a Molotov. Like I'm not 100% sure on this, but at least my interaction with armored APCs or armored vehicles, A Molotov isn't doing anything to them. Now, if you put like a was it not phosphorus? Well, I guess yeah, phosphorus or anything that can penetrate the armor and is flammable, then you got some problems with some random dude throwing a Molotov on an armored vehicle. All it's going to do is just blow itself out as they're still driving, as opposed to catch the thing on fire. That part made me mad. I'm like, come on, at least make it so they made something stronger than a Molotov, like some sort of ferrous, like welding. Like you should see like welding sparks for it to do some real damage, penetrating the metal or whatever kind of thing. But
or the or the window when they end up like getting through that girl's window like super easy. That thing's going to be bulletproof, like at least like you aren't gonna put just standard pedestrian windows on an APC because that thing costs a lot of money. Like putting those windows on that, when I saw that I was like, okay. All right.
Oh,
I guess you can't let these guys survive forever, but at the same time, like, come on.
Yeah, all that armor and then do armored glass. It'd be like having a submarine with a drain plug.
Yeah. Yep.
listen, they got to work with what they got. All right. Supplies are limited. They don't have a glass making factory.
Well, no, but they didn't have to break the glass.
Yeah,
they could have even just pretended. Like, obviously, hey, this is a makeshift APC that was made for this thing, but like just pretend like it's armored.
Yeah.
You know what they could have pretended to do? Burn the guy alive and not show them burning him and eating him then.
Yeah.
That's what they could have pretended. Yeah. I was okay. I was like, yo, this guy's going to get torched. And then they're like, the special effects and CGI or whatever was pretty good for, I mean, it's not like it stuck back in 2008, but it still looked kind of believable watching it now. Like, it didn't look like, yo, that's so fake. Like, so they did that scene pretty accurate. And then, like everyone going in, cutting off pieces of the skin and eating it. It's just like, okay, like,
turning him into a spit roast was not necessary.
Yeah, and I had kebabs last night, so it was like, cool. Like,
well, and like at one point when they're sitting there like digging into him, I could have sworn I think what they were trying to go for was that someone had just pulled off like a slab of ribs. I was like, what the fuck? one, that's not how anatomy works. Like that's just not how your body reacts to no. But yeah, no, that was that was detail that maybe didn't need to be there. It wasn't as bad, to be fair to this guy. Like, it wasn't as bad as the gruesome effects that the fire occurrence in Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill movie back in the day. It wasn't as messed up as that was. I'll give him that, but it was still definitely something where when you saw it, you're like, oh, that's fucked. that's really unnecessary.
Yeah. No, they just wanted rotisserie scientists, because I guess they had a couple of scientists go with them on that journey. But it's like, I don't know. It definitely took a weird turn. It's like anytime you see some random, possibly infected, or maybe they're fine, person sitting outside of APC, I think the last thing I'm going to do is get out of the APC. Like, I might swerve to avoid running over them, but if they just walked up while I'm parked, I'm like, I'm not opening up anything. They can stay their butts right where they're at, kind of thing. Or I might move a little bit further up the road or something away from them, type of deal.
And revisiting the whole reasoning as to like why they're here, right? Like they found footage that was showing them, oh, hey, there's people that are actually living here still, potentially. Like, your first response is when you see someone who's in theory not infected and is still alive there, and you're like, yeah, let's open this APC and put you in here so we can check you. Fuck no. Like I'll be like Fuzzy. Like I won't run your ass over, but I'm not going to invite you into my APC when I have no idea what you've been in contact with. Like, no, not at all. Ugh.
Yeah. No, but they didn't have enough rounds with them, unfortunately. They started, I guess, searching that one lab area, and then all of a sudden these people with spikes and bats and all kinds of weapons come running at them, and they're shooting a ton of them, but it's like, reload and then reload again, and then it's like, we just start using the rifle as a bat at that point after you run out of rounds. But they were totally outnumbered, and two, they should have made for a better perimeter and plan when they walked into that, like watch all exits and entrances and whatnot. But it's like, that was another thing that was kind of frustrating. It's like, okay, how can you guys be all military with your armored gear and stuff, probably not making too much noise, but making some, and you got like the Mad Max crew with old football gear with metal shards and spikes on it. Like you didn't hear them not once sneak up on you. Like they didn't, no footsteps, no scratching or any metal jingling or anything, because they were sure making noise when they were running at them. I just have a hard time believing they could.
You didn't hear the motorcycles?
Like, they should have heard the motorcycles driving up to the building, kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah. No, they were completely silent before they, started running after them, kind of thing.
So this movie is not really the plot's amazing. It's not like Obsession where everybody's like, oh, the plot's unique, or Remember the Monkey, that plot is unique and stuff like that. This comes down to the details. What was your favorite detail in this movie? Everybody has to have a favorite detail.
I think for me, it's what I mentioned earlier, the dirt bike scenes, like when they were chasing them on the dirt bikes and, using some stuff as the ramps and then going in the hospital or mall or whatever. And then even like the Mad Max scene at the end, the car chase, like the part that I was like, what the fuck, is when that trike comes up with the guy in like the latex on the front that just is sticking out his tongue, like some bondage scenes, like, you like pain, and then he like goes into the sign. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, talk about a scene that was like completely unnecessary, that had nothing to do with the movie. Maybe added just a little chuckle in there, but it was just like, oh, you like pain, huh? And then he's like sticking out his tongue, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird. Kind of a different movie now, but yeah, it didn't last long.
Movie. What about you, Cypher?
Man, I don't. There's nothing. Sorry, there's nothing that really specifically stood out to me. I apologize.
What about the bathtub scene with the shotgun? You got to see boobs.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. So face is getting blown off in this. I will give him credit. Like, those definitely, when it happened, I was like, oh shit, that's fucked. Just like so I guess to encompass it, it would be basically just the gore and stuff that they employed in this movie. But I guess going back a little bit, back to what I was talking about previously, is like when they first showed the stuff about the eye, and how she's got the removable eye and stuff. That's always been something that, I mean, I get people have to have fake eyes sometimes, but that's always messed with me when I see someone freaking put a eyeball in or take an eyeball out. And so that definitely, I think some of the effects, like the effects were just, they weren't bad for the time. And even now when you see them, it's still fairly believable. And it's not bad. It's not bad.
So I got a question for you, Silent.
Okay.
How many people have you been around that only has one eyeball that just pop it in and out around you? Because maybe it's a Pennsylvania thing, but I have never seen that here. Like someone just sitting there popping their eye out and just, oh, excuse me, pop it back in.
I've had two or three around me over my lifetime. One of them, it wasn't even like a full eyeball as much as it was almost like a lens that they kind of popped into place. And
yeah, they're called contacts.
Fuck off. Anyways, it just, when I saw stuff like that, it always, because that was literally just like a contact that went over the dead eyeball, or the pigmentless eyeball, or whatever the issue is, right? When I saw that, like it just sends this like pain through you when you see someone put one of those in, because even though it's like a contact, it still just makes you cringe a little. And you do your best to not be that asshole that's like watching them and being like, oh fuck, that looks fucked up. But you're thinking it because you're just like, oh, this is not something I'm used to seeing people do. So yeah, that I've seen more than I ever would have liked to. We'll just say that.
There you go. What about you, Fuzzy?
Special effects definitely stood out as an overall. I actually liked the makeup of the infected, like, because it made them look like they were turning into Rockface or something like that. But overall, their special effects is probably the biggest thing that stood out. Now, they probably spent way more money than they probably should have. That's probably why they didn't recoup all of their budget that they spent on this thing. But yeah, they did a good job as far as special effects were concerned. Just certain things as far as like military equipment, it's like, come on, it's actually better than that. It's not going to burn up from a Molotov. But then the other thing was it not to make fun of the costumes, but the armor that they were giving the people that were going to, I guess, do the extraction or whatever, kind of looked like you took bicycle pads and stuff and just painted them like this glossy, like dark green or something, or silver and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was as far as it went. Like, not that it couldn't work, but yeah, it definitely looked like they went to like Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that and was like, hey, we need about like 12 shin pads or shin guards and some bicycle helmets, and we're going to spray paint them. And yeah, that's kind of what it looked like, as opposed to, they could have probably went with, well, then again, like some of the bulletproof vests are illegal in certain states or whatever, so maybe that could have been an issue. Although this was overseas, so I don't know if they have the same restrictions on bulletproof vests outside of law enforcement. And then, some of the armor plating that some of the soldiers wear, I'm pretty sure they could have gotten some, or at least, because I would have to believe the UK has to have something like an I. Goldberg kind of store over there, or at least I would think they would.
I'm sure they do.
Old uniforms and things like that. But yeah.
So here in the States, you can go to a place like that. You just can't get the patches. You can't get a gun there at the police shops. But you can go in and get things, because apparently there was a substitute teacher somewhere recently that was taking a video on a body cam in the school. Of course, they ushered it out and stuff like that, because she was also making comments and stuff. But you can get that stuff if you're willing to pay for it legally. What you can't get is any weapons at one of the police shops. You can't get any insignia or anything like that to identify you as a police officer. So yeah. So they could have, but maybe they needed $40 million to do that. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe they ran out of money.
Yeah, I don't think that would have helped the overall bottom line with them doing that. But
yeah. So my favorite part, which was a very small part, but my favorite part that always gets me is, so Saul is on the tracks. He's on the platform, and they have just jumped. Everybody else has just jumped onto the train. Train's moving. Stahl has no ability at this point to catch up to them, so he's standing there with his minions,
Oh yeah,
and he screams, and then he punches the next person, the person next to him.
that was funny.
So mad.
What a sore sport.
Yeah, I know.
What a
And he
dick.
wanted to die.
Well, I mean, the other guy, the good guy, sacrificed himself then.
Mhm.
He got like 3 bow and arrows in the back.
Yeah.
That was probably the only scene in the movie that I felt was cheesy. Like you could tell was a backdrop screen was when they were on the train and the guy was talking and like the side cart was open and it makes it look like it's going, but you could tell it was just like a screen and they really weren't moving anywhere. That's probably the only time where it like stuck out to me where like I was like, oh, that's cheesy. Besides that, like the rest of it was pretty well done.
Yeah. So I just want to highlight this chat here. So I've been witnessing this chat. Poison, you're doing amazing, which you are, Poison. But then, Presto's like, even with dealing with Fee, and then Poison's like, Presto, blink twice if you're in danger. Oh, so now we're extending this beyond fuzzy? Is that what it is? And then you blinked!
Well, yeah, twice, like he asked me to.
Yeah, I mean,
And now he's saying your pizza will be delivered shortly.
That's good because I'm getting hungry.
Him.
He's a very courteous guy. That fella, he's okay in my book. Let me just say that. We got to have each other's back here, all right?
Oh.
You, on the other hand, you'll throw us under the bus and run us over. It's amazing Fuzzy's not in a wheelchair for how much you throw him under the bus.
I tell the truth.
Yeah, but you won't even like make sense. We'll be talking about the movie and you'll be like, so Fuzzy, should I tell him you left the toilet seat up again? And it's like, fuck.
I don't recall these events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Likely
interesting.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Whatever.
Glomar scenarios here.
Oh, we also have another character. So some of these people were actually also in The Descent. There was a couple of people from The Descent. You remember the one that it's like 5?
The cave one.
Yeah, six
Dude.
women go in.
Do they descend at all?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is it the? Oh shit. I'll have to look at the cast and take a peek because we actually just watched that recently.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
my
we were talking about that recently.
Yeah, so my Anna Burring, she was in it. She was in both. Nora Jane Noon was also in both. Craig Conway was also in both.
I'll have to see the faces.
Yeah.
None of these names mean anything to my current brain.
Well, let's put it this way, okay? So my Anne Burring was also in Twilight.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. No, that totally. It rings a bell, because I watched that so recently ago.
Twilight, yeah. We did have that watch along.
Yeah, I
We
forgot
really
all
should
about
have a watch along.
No, not a
Watch
Twilight.
all of them, all 5.
No.
I'd say that's the only way we could probably actually survive that shit. So
That's one of those movies. I think. Remember when I was talking about rewatchable? Yeah, no, that's far from rewatchable on my list. It's like I've avoided it on the TV in the living room at least 17 times.
At least 17? You weren't paying attention to the other 100.
One of the
You weren't paying attention to the other 100 times.
Yep, because I probably saw that it was some movie I could care less about, and I was like, oh, I'll just get snacks from in the kitchen and keep it moving. Just
I was dating a girl at the time, and she liked Twilight, and we broke up before the last one came out. And I didn't
Attaboy.
even care to see the last one. Like you would think,
Yeah.
because I committed to the other ones. I was like, I think I don't have to sit through this again.
So apparently, you guys are behind my back. We're just making our own original story. Is that what you're all doing?
Yeah.
Now it feels awkward because now you're acting like it wasn't knowledge that you were aware of. But
Yeah, I'm sorry if you got the idea. I liked you. I mean, jeez.
Oh, you just hang around for Fuzzy?
Yeah, basically. And Silent. He's all right too.
aw, thanks, bud.
Got to show Utah some love.
I don't know if you have to do that.
Well,
Given the shenanigans recently, I don't think they deserve much love for some of the stupid bullshit. But
all right then.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. So about this movie, let me tell you another thing that grinds my gears. we were talking about the guy getting burned, and that scene was, I guess, what added to it was I was burned in the past, and if anyone's been burned, like, and you really were burned, where you like smell burnt skin, there's like no, that's like a very distinct smell that like just doesn't go away. So that scene, when you watched it, I could smell it. So I think that's what like made it more disturbing for me, was like, yeah, I'm watching this, but I could definitely smell this, like smell-o-vision almost.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully you guys like, it's not a smell you want to brag about smelling, but
No,
if you've ever smelt it, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, even just maybe just your arm hair catching on fire a little. That's a little like times that by 50, and then you got the burnt skin smell.
Yeah.
Armpit hair. Yeah.
You guys smell it?
Or arm hair, just arm hair. Yeah.
Oh God! I was like, how'd you burn armpit hair? What'd you do?
No, I was trying
he
to
was
think, like,
he was pouring the wax on him, and
forgot to put out the candle before she started putting the wax on. It's like, why are you using an aroma candle? She's like, I hear the aromatherapy ones peel off better from the smoke. Don't worry.
You kinky motherfuckers, you. Ay. I'm gonna come visit you one day and be like, yo, you guys got a swing in your living room. What's that about?
Oh, it's just to relax. Is this
nice for the grandchildren? Oh no.
Oh, when you're talking about your game room, I was picturing like way different games, Fuzzy. This is weird, man.
These were not the games I was expecting.
Yeah. I need a safe word.
Just remember, it's always got to be a word that you will remember, and that is not something you would normally say. So it can't be something like sandwich or a food item that you would say. So yeah.
It could be something like Fee picks good movies, something you don't say a lot.
I do pick good movies. I picked this one.
No, you didn't. No, I didn't.
Somehow I picked this one, she picked this one. Everyone the only guy that really picked it is getting no credit.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Wait, what do you mean? I originally picked it in my list, my second list, and I just gave you guys choices.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So when I give my kids like a top 100 list of like the best songs ever, I'm still winning, even if I pick one that's on the list because I provided the list. Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
That's how it works.
Okay, cool. I understand. Now we're on the same page.
So apparently, burning your armpit hair is cheaper than deodorant. I don't know if I want to try that.
Depends if you end up in the ER or not, I guess. I mean,
why, Satanist? Why?
He's another kinky motherfucker.
You know
Burn an
what I
armpit
like to
hair.
do on a Friday night to get my rocks off? I like to burn my armpit hair
Oh man.
and tweeze my nostril hair. Gets me off. Gross.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so what was something in here that you totally hated?
The guy getting burned alive and then eating him. Like, that's the one I really hated. It's pretty. I mean, or just the fact that like the plot was a little all over the place. It's almost like I did it. Like I have ADHD, and it was like you do something, you get distracted. Yeah, let's add this, and it's like, wait, we're not making Mad Max. We're making a zombie movie. Let's go back to that, and then they go back, and it's like, wait, there's this one more cooler car I didn't show you. Let me show Mad Max again, and then it's like, wait, a Mad Max zombie? What? And then it was like, the end. Helicopter. Goodbye.
Yeah, like we were going in like a specific direction. They had gotten to the hospital or whatever the building was, and like things were good. You know, zombies were the only issue we were running into. And then all of a sudden, yeah, Mad Max entered the scene, and all of a sudden it was no longer a zombie movie. It was just about Mad Max characters. Like, why? Like, you can definitely tell that the guy was conflicted in where he wanted to bring this movie. And that's probably the most frustrating thing for sure, is just there was no specific there was no specific goal in mind except for to try and put all the things that they wanted to put in a movie all together at the same time. And it just doesn't, it's not very cohesive.
Yeah,
So
I thought
what would
the
you-
weird.
What would you have taken out though?
What would I take out?
Yeah.
I would take out the like 4 different themes that they were trying to put into it and make them separate movies. Because it doesn't need to be the same movie. If you're going to go the zombie theme, just go the zombie theme. I don't need a Mad Max theme to suddenly show up. I don't need, it's all of a sudden we're in the medieval era, and I feel like now we're in like Robin Hood Men in Tights or Army of Darkness or something. Like it kept bouncing all over the place.
All right, I'll
It
say it
didn't
then.
feel necessary.
Speaking of that whole King Arthur part, I like fell asleep for like 5 minutes, and I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck is this movie?" I thought another movie started, and then I paused and I was like, "Well, what the fuck happened? And how long was that?"
Yeah.
And then I saw, and I was just like, "Wow, something big! Like, did they find a time machine or something? Because something just happened."
Yeah, it felt like we were watching Bill and Ted's all of a sudden, where they're just warping through time.
Yeah. Yeah, with them going through that tunnel, that was like the biggest thing. Like, all right, so first of all, if this is supposed to be like modern day or after an epidemic or something, we got satellite images showing that people survived. How come those satellite images didn't see that the people were in the castle and they didn't say anything about the castle? They were trying to have them go to the hospital kind of thing. So it's like, oh, you go through a tunnel and it's like you're in a whole different world. And
True.
like, I didn't understand if that was still inside the wall or on the other side of the walled area, or it just felt weird. Like kind of like you guys are saying, where they had so many ideas and they're like, well, how do we merge all of these together? Because the doctor's still alive. It's just that he's now King Arthur somewhere. Or, it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
the ideas aren't bad. It's not that the director was bad when it came to some of this stuff. It's just he was so scatterbrained about what he actually wanted to show in the movie, and it's just kind of a bummer because it feels like it's almost like he knew that this was going to be maybe the only movie he was ever going to direct. And so he's like, I better get all of my ideas into the same movie because this isn't going to happen again. No one's going to give me $40 million to do this type of thing again.
Yeah.
Well, the part I would have taken out is anything dealing with Malcolm McDowell. We did not need his character. I mean, you could have just had where they couldn't find the scientist and then come to realization that, hey, everybody's immune. I don't see any dead people roaming around. So apparently everybody's immune. They could have come up with that rationale without him having to say it. So I think that part could have been taken out.
You know, I don't need your shit. All right, we could have done without you taking Malcolm McDowell out of this. Fuck out of here.
I just don't think we needed his cameo.
Well, yeah, they didn't really utilize him very much,
No.
and I'm sure he got a really good pay for this as well.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
so got like a
that's
third of the
probably
budget.
Yeah,
probably half the budget.
so that's kind of a bummer because yeah, like I enjoy me some Malcolm McDowell, but he was not utilized for what this was, and they probably could have done some other stuff instead. Might have worked better. I don't always agree with Fee.
So I'm
It's
not going to
scary.
start now.
It's scary when it happens, but I do have to agree to an extent on that one.
Yeah.
So-
Oh boy.
I will tell you this: the director that did this, what's his name? Neil Marshall. I will say he's been a producer a lot. After this movie. So yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't make him the coffee boy on set or something.
I mean, he's done, a few other things. As far as director, he directed Hellboy.
Okay.
I think the new
never
one.
saw it.
The new one. The remake.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
With that Ron guy?
David Harbour.
Oh.
Yeah. It
Oh.
was the 2019 one.
Oh, that's
He
lame.
also did The Descent. He did Constantine.
He
Oh my
did The
God.
Descent?
She just
Yeah.
keeps saying The Descent and everything. Don't believe her.
God damn it.
It says
Now
The
now
Descent.
that makes me angry because I really enjoyed The Descent.
Well, he did The Descent before he did Doomsday.
Oh, okay, that explains it then.
He also did Dog Soldiers.
That's good. I like Dog Soldiers.
Yeah. He was also a director on Westworld, the TV series.
That must have been a very limited role because that show was really good from what I understand.
Well, he only did one episode.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Did he do Descent 2? Was he involved in that at all?
I'm not. I think he was just in it. I think he was just a producer on that one.
Okay. I heard good things on that one.
Yeah,
I've
he was
been
just an
wanting to watch
executive
it.
producer.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'll like it. We're good.
Yeah.
I love how you make it all nonchalant.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was just the executive producer,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I
He's only making fuck you money in everything that he does, but just no big deal.
I mean, he's done some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he did more than I expected.
Mhm.
So
Well, he wrote.
hats off to him.
Yeah, he wrote this. He wrote The Descent. He wrote Dog Soldiers.
God, The
He wrote
Descent was so
Killing Time.
good. I gotta go back and watch Descent again now.
Uh oh, we're
just
gonna have
watched
to
it.
do Descent.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in
No,
forever, so
If you guys want to do Descent, I will gladly go back and watch that one.
What about Presto? Have you seen Descent?
if I have, it's been a long time that I'll watch it.
And we're just doing number one, right? Or are we doing
Just one.
just one?
Yeah, just one.
Stop trying
I'll
to complicate things.
I'll probably watch number 2 anyways, just because I still need to. But yeah, I think we should keep it as number 1.
Is that
For now.
compulsion? To
But
watch
not
it?
next week because that's
No.
your Nerd Fest. Nerd Fest 2026.
It's for Nerd Fest.
What an asshole. You're only
Leave
upset.
on.
You're only upset because you wouldn't fit in because you think you're not as nerdy as us.
What if I would go and be the biggest nerd? Like,
That's what I'm expecting would happen, honestly.
You would
yeah,
see some of these games that are almost like movies, like horror movies, and probably like, yeah, I got to get this game. I got to play this game.
I hate when they show video games and they show you like the replay or like the gameplay mode and not the actual like playing graphics. Like, that's dumb.
Well, they've gotten called out for that a lot in recent years. Like Ubisoft used to be the most guilty of that. They nowadays they'll show you the real gameplay, but it's like the in-game trail or not trailer, but like cutscene sometimes. But other times, especially newer generation games, what you see is the actual game. There are some games out there that look like real movies, and if you saw some of them, you'd be like, "Oh, wait, are you playing this, or is this just like a cutscene?" No, this is actual gameplay with like no HUD or anything like that. So yeah, games have come a long way this generation.
Yeah, they have.
Let me see if there's
But-
any. They have some trivia.
Trivia.
They
Oh,
have some
for
trivia.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
How
Bentley.
many themes did this person try and fit into this movie?
I think he said 2, but I think
He's-
there's like
He's
5.
lying. Yeah, he's lying out of his teeth.
I think there's like 5.
Yeah.
All right, this is a nice one. The car featured in the chase scene is a 2008 Bentley Continental GT Speed.
Mm-hmm.
Bentley does not participate in product placement, so the film's producers purchased 3 of the cars for approximately $150,000 each.
Oh, so that also explains how the budget
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
way up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
One
that was
car-
a weird one.
Wait a minute.
see
It gets better. One car was mistakenly driven into a gorge. The second was used for the lion's
Mistakenly.
share of the stunt shots. The filmmakers were astonished at how durable the car was despite the punishment it took. By the time filming concluded, the car only needed a cosmetic refit. Its frame and engine were all intact.
Well, Bentley makes, I wouldn't say bulletproof cars because they're not technically bulletproof, but you best believe, and that's why I was saying when we were watching the movie, that thing is like the weight of an SUV.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that model was, I want to say it was probably 5,000 pounds. Like, and like a Durango is like maybe a couple hundred pounds heavier, and that thing is as heavy, but it's quite a bit faster than maybe the SRT8. Oh, it'll be faster than a Durango, but the SRT8 Durango might give it a runs for its money. But yeah, that 150,000 you're paying for is so that car is quiet going down the road. It absorbs all the bumps and potholes, and anybody driving something under 6 figures is probably not going to pass you unless they've done some mods to it. So stock vehicles under 100K are now outrunning that heavy beast of a car.
That's true. I concur.
Uh-huh. So they also said that the Bentley was supposed to have been in there for 30 years in storage.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, the battery wouldn't have worked. The tires would have been brittle. And petrol is only good for 6 months.
Yeah, you're supposed to
that-
drain all fluids and put tires in like the little air capsulated baggies kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that when she pulls out of that thing at the end and they're like, all right, we're doing this. You're just like, okay. First off, like there wasn't even just a slight hint of dust on this thing over the time that it's been sitting here. But also, yeah, going back to the tire stuff, even if you're just using like our consumer tires and stuff that we get for our cars, you're talking 5 to 6 years at best before those things are degrading like pretty heavily. So the idea that this thing's been sitting in storage and it comes out just miraculously just clean. It's like no, not so much. It's cool though. Like it looks cool.
Yeah.
The 150K was worth that, I guess. That's a lot for something like that, though. I don't know.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite character?
Rona Mitra, whatever her name was.
That was Eden.
Roided up, not bad life choices with Pete Davidson, doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
No, I honestly, I actually, I liked the guy that she was with that ended up getting shot down by the arrows. Kind of bummed me out when he got wiped out because he was actually pretty cool. He seemed like a cool character, and when he got shorted by that, I was like, that sucks. And then you have that awkward slow-mo scene where she could technically probably do something to save him, but it's so much more fun to watch the guy get struck down 3 times in a row in slow-mo with arrows. And you just see the pretend emotion on her face as she's like, oh no, you died. Anyways, we're getting out of here.
So, Adrian Lester. Some people have probably seen him in The Day After Tomorrow, Primary Colors. He doesn't do like a lot of action movies, so I think this was probably fun for him. But yeah, he's in a lot of TV shows and stuff like that.
You know, is that the guy that I was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other one actually that came to mind. Sorry, I'm hogging things here. The other one that came to mind was that main character that survives after the other guy, Bob Hoskins, shoots the zombie and the blood gets in the one guy's mouth, and so the other guy takes over.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
I forget it's like some sort of like bird name or something. I forget. But anyways, that guy was in Wanted also with James McAvoy. And it's interesting to see him in something. I don't think I had ever seen him in anything besides Wanted. So when I saw him in this, I was like, oh, that's cool. He still has no emotion whatsoever. Yeah. He's either just really good at his poker face, or the dude just cannot show expressions. Because every time I've ever seen him, I'm just like, dude, he looks like a robot with how just straight faced he is about things. But it was cool to see him in there, along with Bob Hoskins, because I'm guessing this was probably one of his last films.
Is that David O'Hara?
I think
that
so.
Might be the name.
Well, let me see. When did
Bob Hoskins, I think, died shortly after when this came out, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But it was cool to see him in this, and it was kind of it was like a redemption for him because he was in that really shitty Mario movie back in the day. So, God bless. Well, 6 years after this.
Yeah, 6 years after.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Bob Hoskins. He was good, and he finally got to be in a movie that was somewhat decent. Because Mario Bros was not it.
Well, he was in Roger Rabbit. I mean, that was pretty decent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was good too. But wasn't Roger Rabbit before Super Mario Bros? Yeah, so Super Mario Bros was kind of like the moment where he probably started binge drinking for a while. Kind of like David Carradine after he did Dead and Breakfast.
Well, he was also in Snow White and the Huntsman.
Roger
Gee,
Rabbit.
that's
Who
right. That
Framed
was
Roger
so
Rabbit?
amazing.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That is legit. That movie
Yeah.
is awesome still. Like,
That's a great movie.
yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Though with
Not so
John
much.
Leguizamo. No.
It's got some
They were
funny-
trying to do something. I give them
Yeah.
credit. It didn't work.
They were
Don't
definitely
hate.
trying to do something.
Don't hate. It was like, I don't know.
They were trying to ruin everyone's career.
All right. We'll
was
put
a
it with
time-
Trolls 2. Trolls 2 category.
So, just to let you know, he was also in Spice World.
You're not helping yourself with this.
He was
Spice World, another legit movie.
Yeah, no.
He
Is
was-
that supposed to be a
wait,
good
wait.
or a bad? What are we?
No, I'm just saying, the choices. He was in Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez.
Wow.
I don't think his agent was very good to him.
The J-Lo stink never leaves you either.
Yes.
Even
It's like
look at
burnt
Ben
skin.
Affleck. Yeah, exactly. Look at Ben Affleck. He got away from her for like the better part of like a decade or so, and now he's back with her or something. Like it never leaves
think
you.
they
It
divorced
haunts you
already,
for the
didn't
rest
they?
of your life.
I think they already divorced.
A second time? Oh shit. Well, isn't
married her the first time around, and then he married her.
Did
So
he
weird.
not?
She seems like such a nice, down to earth girl. Sorry, J-Lo, if you ever listen to this, but you suck.
Yeah.
I think her career started going downhill after the Puffy incident. I think she was still on color at that point. But yeah, after the Puffy incident with the shooting in the club, it was like, oh, you're gonna lie for him, and yeah, that was like the end for pretty much.
I didn't even know about that. I just knew that she was a horrible actress. that was enough for me.
Well,
She was
January 2025 is when they divorced, guys.
So second time or
no, they were never married. They were never married. They've only married,
obviously they were.
Huh?
Nothing.
If they got divorced in 2025, when did they get married?
They got married, I think, in, let me see. Where'd it go?
Hey, wait a minute.
They
What's
got
this shit?
married in July 2022.
So after the pandemic.
Yeah, and then they separated almost 2 years later, like 2 years and 1 month.
That's
and
because
then,
pandemic ended and he actually had to stay in the same room with her and was like, fuck this.
I'm going back to drinking.
I changed my mind. This isn't worth it.
Oh my god.
Rehab wasn't so bad after all.
I just don't understand. I mean, Jennifer Gardner put up with him for
She's
so
a saint.
long. And I'm like, what was he thinking? Like, she took really good care of him, got him motivated to stop drinking, doesn't keep his kids away from him.
Listen, this isn't the roast of Ben Affleck now, all right? We made our point.
Well, then we'd have to bring up Batman. But
what the shit is happening in the chat right now?
I
see Poison saying believable presto, typical Utah resident behavior. What the shit are we doing?
We're calling it like we see it, bud. That's all we're doing.
What is happening in this?
Wait a minute.
What'd I miss?
Silent's never actually sorry. The ego of that guy.
Oh no, well, I mean that's true. I'm not actually sorry. ever. It's just like when I shitted on Halo today, and I think upset many a fanboy, and then also shit all over Nintendo Switch and upset some fanboys on that one. I give zero shits. I enjoy it. I think it's hilarious.
But you didn't see Presto's response. Sorry, I'm better than you. He says that all the time.
Silent says that to me all the time.
That I'm better than you?
You know. Yeah, it's really upsetting me.
Damn. Damn. It's fucked up.
I know. I was like, hey, Silent, I got the gold star at work this week. You're like, just remember, I'm better than you, and you know it. I'm like, okay.
The Poison said, the Poison quoted you. Sorry if you ever listen to this, J-Lo, but you suck.
So now she never listens to it, but reads the comments. She'll still know she sucks. So I think we should probably put that on the header of the episode. Fright Night with Ferocious Fee. J-Lo sucks.
That time that
Review
J-Lo
them.
sucked.
Doomsday.
We could just start doing all the episodes Friends themed. Be like the time that J-Lo sucked. Although that might not be good for us because she might sue us for defamation. Because
might
it'll
get-
sound like we were saying she sucked something.
We might get hella views.
Not that she sucked in general, like as an actress.
So you want me to put in the tags, J-Lo or Jennifer Lopez? Is that what you would like me to do?
Yes. Actually, you know,
J-Lo sucks.
yeah, J-Lo sucks. ... Leave it up to the viewer's imagination. We'll get a bunch of people to watch because they'll be like, J-Lo sucks. What?
I mean, I'll probably even click on it a couple times.
I probably will too. I'll be like,
Like,
maybe
oh,
there's
shit.
a link that I didn't know about.
Fee's actually cool again.
Oh, psych.
Are we
Please,
back
like,
to
clickbait her
E-Bombs
name
World
now.
days? Nope. Okay.
Anyway, Doomsday.
Anyways, yeah, Doomsday. What are we rating this thing?
Yeah, what are we rating this, Fuzzy?
Do what now? I don't think we're quite ready for the ratings just yet, but what else is there to discuss? There really isn't any spoilers. I mean, about the only thing that's spoiled is that there really isn't a cure. I guess we don't, or at least we don't get to see one. Was there a sequel to this?
No,
No.
no.
So they left it on a cliffhanger. Hey, we got somebody that survived the
yeah.
Pandemic inside the walls, and now we're going to kill them, just like in the Last of Us game, where we have to kill them to extract the cure.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
There was a sequel. It was called COVID 2020. Sorry, too soon? Okay.
I'm just amazed somehow Fuzz still manages to bring video games into the conversation.
Yeah, I know.
that video game is now a series on HBO, and it's doing rather well.
Wait a minute, which one is?
The Last of Us.
Oh,
I'm
the
surprised
last
they
one.
haven't remastered season 1 of the show. I'm waiting for that.
I'm surprised they didn't make a game out of Breaking Bad.
Oh God, that would be amazing.
What, you just make meth the whole time?
That would be amazing.
I guess you could.
Well, there was a game kind of where you could be like that.
There's
can't
Crime
remember it.
Simulator.
Well, there was that, and there was something on Steam not too long ago where you either made meth or you sold or grew marijuana, and then you'd have to go around on a skateboard and distribute it and stuff.
Interesting.
I'll see if I can find
I
it.
missed that, but that sounds like some entertainment.
Now it was like a cross graphically between like Minecraft and The Simpsons kind of
Oh
thing.
God.
But it was pretty popular for a while. Let's see
I don't
if
know. People want some Breaking Bad. They want to bring that back.
Let him cook.
I mean, it is a good show. I started rewatching it again, and my buddy went to Mexico or whatever and got me some candy meth from the official lady that made all the fake meth for the show. So that's pretty cool. I got the good stuff, the pure stuff.
Did you guys watch El Camino?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It was a nice little closing the loop kind of thing,
Yeah.
but I wanted more. And then you got this spin-off with Better Call Saul, which I really didn't watch.
Yeah, I just remember that one part where the little he's going to, I guess, score some stuff, and he goes over to that woman's house, and her kid is there, and he's
That
just
kid
like,
in all the filth
yeah,
and doesn't really talk.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was just heartbreaking.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because that's reality now with some of the world. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's why it's so heartbreaking.
I actually taught a kid that was in a situation like that. It's just all kinds of sad
It
because
is.
the problem is that because of the family members, the social worker was scared to even go over there to
Damn.
even help the kid. He's like, I'm not getting shot again. I'm like, okay.
Again?
Yes, he got shot.
God
He
damn.
got shot while he was doing home visits for some place, and yeah, somebody pulled out a gun and they shot him. Yep.
Why do you always turn all these stories dark? Like, why can't you say a beat story?
Reality is dark.
Yeah, but like,
couldn't you be like, yeah, he got shot, but he got some ice cream after, or something. Something
Hell, he
positive.
might have. He didn't
somewhere.
tell me if he did.
Yeah, and I was about to acknowledge Cage and Poison were saying that game I was talking about is Schedule 1.
how do you play it?
Oh,
Or where do you play it?
On PC. So if you got a laptop or a desktop computer, because it doesn't take a big graphics card to run it. It's like I said, think of like Minecraft and Simpsons kind of look.
Yeesh.
Nice.
But it's fun. It's definitely a fun game to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, start my own empire of growing weed, and then you'll have, as you climb the ladder, you'll have either law enforcement you have to deal with or competing distributors in your area that you may have to deal with, whether you have to run them over or beat them with a baseball bat or avoid them trying to break into your establishment. But yeah, Schedule 1 is that game. And
Schedule 1.
It's $20.
Oh, now I got to pay for this shit? Jesus.
Well, they have a demo. You can try the demo for free, and I think it gets you up to like 2 or 3 levels. But you can start in a what do you call them? In a I want to say trailer home, a mobile home. So
So like right
or a
before,
camper, I should say. Yeah, so you
right
can,
before
you
you
can
get to harvest it.
Free sample. Yeah, okay, I see it.
Mhm.
Okay. So since we have people who have played this, since you've played
So
it,
drugs are bad, first off.
yeah. So
We're
anyways,
talking about video game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this game, does it play well with a controller or on a handheld? Or is
handheld,
it mouse and keyboard?
handheld, it should be fine. It's Steam Deck verified, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure.
So
It's playable.
really
You may have to
shitty
tweak a couple of things, but it is playable on the Steam Deck. As far as controller, it should be, because I know it doesn't state it on their site, but I believe there's like the community usually makes like mapped out buttons for your controller. So if you have an Xbox controller or even a PlayStation controller, there's community made mappings for it. So
okay, I'm buying this. Thank you.
I'm just going to look it up first, and then I guess I'll decide.
Whoa. Satnus just said, don't accidentally buy one of the knockoffs. Okay, so let me make sure I got the right one.
Yeah, Schedule 1 is the one, and it's made by TVGS.
Hold on, let me. Oh, okay. I'm on the right one. We're good. Okay. All right, I'm buying it.
Good, you
Thank
do it.
you,
You deserve
everyone.
it.
Hey, I've always, ever since Breaking Bad came out and I lost my hair and started looking like Walter White, I always wanted to be a drug kingpin in a game. And so this gives me the opportunity to live out my dreams.
I always wanted to grow meth.
I mean, it's fun to do stuff like that in a video game because you won't get arrested. So that's good.
Yeah.
Don't do real drugs, kids. Just
Yeah.
digital drugs.
It's not cool.
Yeah. Anyways,
Don't do fake drugs either.
no, bite your tongue.
What are fake drugs? Is it like O'Doul's, like for beer?
God. Oh God. Did I tell you guys about the O'Doul's occurrence with my dad when
No.
I was a kid? I'll make it a quick story. He used to make beef jerky on the dehydrator, and he was not a beer guy back in the day, and he was very much a religious church going guy, but he wanted some of the flavor that beer imparts when you're making beef jerky or dehydrating meats and stuff like that. So he got O'Doul's as the thing to put in as part of his marinade. But he went to the local grocery store to pick up a 6-pack of O'Doul's, which again, non-alcoholic beverage, right? He went to pick this up on a Sunday at like, I think it was like 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. The guy went to work early in the morning like I do. And so he went over to the store, picked it up, and as he was trying to check out, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we can't sell this to you." And he's like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Well, we can't sell beer to you this early on a Sunday." And he's like, "But it's non-alcoholic beer." And they're like, "I'm sorry, sir, but it's in the system as beer, and we can't sell it to you." So he could not get non-alcoholic beer on a Sunday before 7 a.m. In Utah. That was the thing that happened. Now, granted, that was like, God, like 30 years ago now. So I don't know if that's changed. I almost want to try it sometime just to see if that's still a thing. But yeah, that was, he was so pissed. When he came home, he was like, "Well, I guess I'm going to make my beef jerky tomorrow." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "I can't get the beer I was looking for." It was weird.
I can only imagine. Like, Pennsylvania has got some weird. Or recently, the laws have changed within the past 7 to 10 years or something like that. But when I first moved to Pennsylvania, you couldn't get any alcohol on Sunday, and then you would have to go to a package store to get beer. You couldn't get it from a convenience store or a grocery store. They just opened that up, I would say, within the past 10 years that grocery stores and convenience stores can have it. But the convenience stores have to get a license. And so far, I don't think Wawa has that license, at least in this area. I know in other states, Wawa sells alcoholic beverages, but Wawa doesn't sell it here. But like bodegas or like stores in the city and stuff like that, they can have alcohol. But like out here in the counties outside of Philly, nope, can't find any gas station convenience stores with alcohol. Even to this day, it's like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, and it's a pain in the ass, depending on where you're at too, because they allot X amount of liquor licenses. Or at least they do here. So it's like if you have an area that's been bogged down and everyone's already gotten the liquor licenses, you're shit out of luck. So like if you open up, basically there has to be a new census for them to determine that more liquor.
It's the same here for PA. There's an added thing for PA though. The added thing is that you have to have your credit can't be tarnished for, I think, like 30 years or something stupid like that. Otherwise, you have to buy your liquor license from somebody else that's already established.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good
luck in paying anything under a mill.
Exactly.
Well, and good luck with that stuff too. Like I don't know if your guys' police department is as aggressive, but our Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control and the police are super aggressive out here. And there have been a bunch of sting operations because they send in cubs to try and trick people to sell to minors like all the time out here. And so a lot of people end up hitting the 3 strikes rule on their liquor licenses. So when you try and actually sell a liquor license to someone, if you have one inherited, you possibly have a tarnished liquor license that's got that's already got warnings or whatever on it, inherited because of the situation. It's so shitty.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son. Go mow the lawn, damn it.
Poison said Utah isn't a real place.
It doesn't feel like a real place. After working with the DABC directly for like 7.5 years, and having to work with them and jump through the loops and everything to try and get product out to customers. Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare.
The DAC,
DABC.
DAB, dirty ass butt crack.
basically. No, it was a pain in the ass. I don't miss that side of business. I picked up bars and restaurants towards the end of my time there, and I hated every minute of bars and restaurants because it was just such a pain in the ass, and it was all pay to play. You had to give them a bunch of merch, swag. You had to cover a bunch of costs. And especially going into COVID time and everything that was going on, like there wasn't budget for that type of stuff. And if you're not Budweiser or Golden Beverage, or sorry, like Miller Coors House, good luck. You don't have the money to make those things happen.
Oh my God, really, Presto? It's time to let you pick movies and stop making us watch garbage.
Just engage with our viewers. That's it.
Look, I picked Ready or Not. I picked that one. That was a good movie.
That's okay. You only picked Ready or Not because you and Fuzz saw Ready or Not the night before, Ready or Not 2 the day before. So don't come in here thinking you're picking good movies.
Whatever.
Your movies are like the kid's picture you really don't want to hang on the fridge, but you do because it's your kid.
You know what? I'm gonna make you watch House Shark.
What the hell?
House Shark.
Yeah, I'll make you watch House Shark.
Okay.
And see, I hear that, and all I'm thinking is the Baby Shark song.
Nope.
Now it's stuck in my head. Thanks.
House Shark. Anybody ever watch House Shark? Anybody in the chat?
So, what are we rating this movie?
Well, do we have any guesses from the chat?
If people watched House Shark, I'm guessing no.
No, we don't have any ratings.
Oh, okay. So Curie hadn't seen it. Yeah. Anyone else? If anyone else has any feedback, I know.
Who's seen it?
No, nobody's seen it.
Oh,
yeah, Curie Cosmo hasn't seen it.
With it.
I thought you said someone's seen it. I was like, okay, that's clearly someone female coming in this chat tonight.
So Drac Pulse at the beginning of the episode came in here and said 3 out of 10 is what their rating is for it. And T-Gan in the chat says, I don't know what we're rating, but it's a 6.
Wait. You guys see the comment though. If I ever have kids, I'm not hanging up bad pictures. They have to work. They have to put the work in for a fridge spot.
I just want to be there for that conversation. Just be like, hey, Dad, would you put this on the fridge? I would, but it sucks. Come back with something better if you want this prime real estate.
You know what's a lot of fun as a parent is hanging up those ones that you're actually like proud of, but also when they have their friends over, having random shit put up on the walls in different places just to see if someone catches it. So like the guest bathroom we have upstairs has a black and white, it's very professionally done, but it's like a black and white picture of Cousin Eddie dumping out the raw sewage into the sewer from Christmas Vacation, and it's up in a frame in the bathroom, and it's like none of these kids are gonna know what the fuck that is at all because it's way before the time. But it's hilarious because like if anyone ever asks a question and they've never seen the movie, it's like one of the best conversations ever. It's hilarious. Right. Is that your uncle? Like, yeah, that's totally his uncle. Don't worry about it.
So the game adaptation newscast said, "You call this a tree?"
Yeah, you call this a tree? Where are you going to put a tree that size? Bend over and I'll show you.
Why is it purple?
That's
Trees
one of my
aren't
favorite
purple.
movies.
It's full of good quotes. Love it.
All right, so we got a 3 out of 10 from somebody, and then we got a 6.
Okay.
So nobody specifically said anything that we were gonna. They just said the movie.
Poison usually has been coming pretty
Yeah.
close lately.
I know. Maybe
Yeah, I
he's
don't-
typing his right now,
Yeah, I was about to say, I haven't seen anything from Poisoned yet.
or maybe he's just hung up on a house shark.
Could be. That was literally the last thing. You might have blown his mind with that when you
Yeah,
said
he left the
He's
chat.
searching
Thanks.
for it.
Poison Maniac has logged out of chat.
Look. If you thought
Oh, there we go.
Sleepaway
There
Camp,
we go.
if you thought Sleepaway Camp was bad, you got to see House Shark. It
I
is
don't know about
memorable.
I don't know if it's a good thing for me to drink that much.
All right. So we got Poison saying 7 out of 10 for me. Fuzzy 6.5 out of 10. Presto 7.2 out of 10. That's a little shocking.
Damn.
And Silent 8 out of 10.
Goodness. Okay.
I think he's trolling you. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. So except I think I'll adjust fees to 8 out of 10 also.
Damn.
He
All
obviously doesn't know Fee.
Well, since you were the last one mentioned, Fee, what'd you get?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, really?
All right.
We gotta make sure this is a balanced rating system after all.
Uh-huh. So I told you I like this movie. I don't care that it's reminiscent of Escape from New York and 28 Days Later and Mad Max. I don't care that it's, messy. I just like the characters. I thought the characters gave the details. Like, they could have just said their lines. They could have just put, in the motions for their little bit of salary because, Malcolm McDowell might have gotten some money, but I don't know about some of the other ones. They might have been on the extra rate. But I really like this. I liked that they went a little over the top when they did the special effects and stuff like that. So I actually am going to say an 8 out of 10 for this one. This is one of my favorites.
It's so funny. You're going to say 8 out of 10 when all you do is preach about being original. And this is clearly not original by taking ideas from every fucking movie possible.
I think,
and you like it.
I think there are some movies that because the actors do such an outstanding job that we can forget about all of that unoriginalness.
Yeah, Poison deciding this. Fee's originality suddenly doesn't burden the film. It's interesting how that works, huh?
I promise you, people, we don't know if he's going to say this bullshit. So we're hearing it for the first time also. So we're just as shocked when she comes in here and preaches one thing and then it just totally disregards it for this movie.
See, I should have known something was up because she actually owns the DVD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that should have told me, oh, this is probably going to be one of her favorites because obviously it's hard to come by as far as on a streaming service. So you went out and went the extra mile and bought the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
8 out of 10.
Well, there goes your trip next week. You blew the budget on Doomsday.
So somebody does know Fee after all. Where's my flowers?
Listen, just when you think you know Fee, you don't. Ask Fuzzy. It's like 20 years of togetherness, and he still finds her different side every day.
Mhm.
Almost 30 years.
30, holy
Yeah,
Toledo.
yeah.
Patience
Fuzzy.
of a saint.
Ooh,
I've been
what a
with
commitment.
Yeah, I've been with Fuzzy for more than half my life. I've been with
Mhm.
Fuzzy more than I've been with Fuzzy more time than I was with my parents.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Fuzzy, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
Damn.
He doesn't want to leave.
He's playing Forza. That's what he's doing.
It's easier not to leave, I think, for him.
It's easy not to leave.
He just got his game room, you know. It's leave the guy be.
Like if I leave, she takes the cats, and
Yeah. So
I
he
get,
doesn't
I
want to
get
pay
it.
support for that. So he just kind of puts up with you.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
He knows he could just run away if worse comes to worse. You're bound to
has
trip
nowhere
and
to
not get
run.
up.
He has nowhere to run.
Mhm.
What does that mean? Never mind.
blink if you're in
She's
danger.
hobbled me.
Fuzzy.
No.
I didn't hobble you. You have both your feet.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That doesn't mean he hasn't been hobbled.
Mm.
Oh boy. So Fuzz, what did you give this?
For me, I gave it a 6 even. Wasn't bad. There were, some spots where it was like, yeah, that APC should have held up a lot better against, people with, spiked helmets and stuff. Like Mad Max versus current military grade stuff. I think Mad Max loses, and unless they run a whole fuel truck into it, and that's the thing that explodes and catches fire kind of deal. But there were some good parts, like Fee said, where the guy was chasing after the train. He gets mad because they killed his girlfriend, and he yells and then punches the guy next to him. That was kind of funny. Seeing a Bentley just driving around against Mad Max vehicles, like, oh, this thing doesn't cost a lot of money. I mean, there was a part, it looked like they had clipped the mirror on the door, but when you go back and look at it, it's the mirror's far away from the door, but they do, I guess, eventually disconnect the mirror from the side or allow it to like droop down or something. But overall, interesting movie because it's a hodgepodge of many different other movies. I agree they could have gotten rid of the whole, you know, uh, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table part of the movie. Um, but other than that, special effects were pretty good considering. But then again, that's probably where most of their budget went. But a 6, it's rewatchable if it's already on the TV. I'm not going to go out and pursue watching this on my own. But if he has it on the TV and I'm in the living room or come downstairs to hang out and watch movies, I'll rewatch it. But not a bad movie, but solid 6 in my opinion.
I just want to say Fuzzy does not sign NDAs.
Allegedly.
He had to sign one. What did you sign it with?
For my
say.
work.
Yeah.
I told them unless they're giving me my salary for that many years up front, I ain't signing it. So I didn't sign it, and they still kept me because
you signed or was it the handbook? You signed the handbook. What, Daffy Duck or Donald Duck?
something along those lines. Because at that point in the job, I was pretty safe, and I was a rebel at that point. But towards the end, they were definitely trying to trim the fat, let's say. So everybody that's been there for 20 years plus, they were like, you make too much. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. So yeah, it was weird at the end, but I signed the handbook I think it was Donald Duck, and I didn't sign their NDA or no, the non-compete. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The non-compete, because here in PA it's a right to work kind of thing, so they can fire you for anything. So why am I going to sign something that prevents me from working in the same industry when they could, fire me tomorrow, and then I can't get a job in the industry that I'm, comfortable working in, kind of thing. So yeah, I hated non-competes.
It even said in there that his family members couldn't work for a competitor either.
Yeah, well, that was a stretch because their lawyers weren't the greatest, but it was still a fun company to work for, at least for the first 10 to 15 years. The last 5 or 6 years I was there, once the owner passed it down to his son, it kind of took a different turn. But
but Fuzzy's not going to sign those things. So I didn't make him sign one. Now Stockholm Syndrome, that might be, I don't know, we haven't decided on that.
Been a captive for so long.
Anyway, who's next?
I guess I'll go. So I can see where Poison guessed my 7 point whatever, because I didn't speak bad about this movie, but it still doesn't mean I really care to watch it again. So I'd say it's probably like a 6.5. Like Fuzz said, if it's on the TV, I might leave it on. But it was a little just too over the place for me that, like, I don't want the mind trip again. I already do it in real life with myself. I don't need to watch a movie about it. So, yeah, solid 6.5. No shame in that. I don't know. What's your rule, Fee? If it's over 7, it means it's rewatchable or something?
7 is rewatchable.
Okay.
But Fuzzy said 6 is rewatchable.
To an extent, I guess for different people, it can mean different things. But 7, I feel like you enjoy it. Like anywhere between 6 to 7, you'd still watch it again.
Yeah.
It's not like you'd be like, oh, turn this shit off. Maybe not paying attention as much. Yeah. So 6.5 for me.
Well, nice. I'm gonna land right there with you on this one. I think I'd give it probably right around a 6.5.
You were supposed to say 8.
I know, and I'm Poisoned. I'm shocked that you said 8. It wasn't as bad as some of the things we've watched for sure, but there were definitely plenty of things that gave me reason to dock it. Again, just the fact that we went from like, oh, it's a zombie movie to, oh, it's Mad Max now, to all of a sudden it's some sort of fetish party. I don't know. There was all sorts of weird shit in this thing, and it just did not feel cohesive. Let alone it hurts me the fact that they spent $450, so basically almost $500,000 just on those Bentleys, and then God knows what they ended up paying for freaking casting on 1 or 2 roles they didn't need to have. It's just, yeah, like, again, it's always great to see Malcolm McDowell, but at the same time, I don't think you really needed to pay him to do that role. Like, it was such a quick throwaway role. Like, you could have gotten anyone else. You used a bunch of other no names, so why not just put one of them in that role instead? It's not like anything that he threw out there really had that much like levity or real power or anything. Like, he kind of delivered it a little bit cardboardy anyways. Like, there wasn't a lot of personality to it. Could have avoided that spend. But again, 6.5, like, if it's on, I'll watch it again probably a little bit just to maybe see the difference between the regular and the unrated. I guess just just to see if there was really any big difference. But
Um,
yeah, it was all right.
Prester, are you okay? He said a lot of hurtful things about Malcolm McDowell.
It's okay.
Hey, Malcolm McDowell ended up being in those Rob Zombie Halloween movies, and that was a horrible fucking decision as well. So, like, I love me some Halloween, and that was a bad decision.
That's a bad decision.
Well, he played such an iconic character, like someone that you only wanted to play before. Like,
yeah, like he was never going to deliver that character the same way. It
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it wasn't going to happen. Loomis, there's only one Loomis,
Mm-hmm.
and to have that, like the closest you could get to it actually was in the newest Halloween ones when they had Dr. Sartain, and it turns out that he's just a fucking psychopath, and he's actually just like a Michael Myers acolyte. That worked out, but anyone actually playing as like a replacement Loomis just doesn't work.
Yeah. So, we just let everybody know, Psycho Gorman, our Psycho Gorman episode, hit 769 views.
Damn.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I picked that shit out.
People like themselves some Psycho Gorman, apparently.
And just to let you also know, I never put any tags on it. It reached that without any tags.
See, and this one's gonna blow up because you put J-Lo on this one.
J-Lo
sucks. ... We're going to the moon on this one, baby. To the moon, just like AMC stock during COVID. To the moon. Never happened.
So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's awesome.
So we are not going to be here for the 5th. Because
Nerd Fest.
yeah, says Presto says Nerd Fest.
Whatever.
But we will be back on the 12th, and we will do the Descent.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, at least Cypher's excited.
I'm stoked.
I think
I
Fuzzy's
love that
seen
movie.
some of it.
That's the movie from 2005.
I think it is.
Yeah, the one with the cave divers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 6 female cave divers, and they're in the scary underworld dwellers. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what's everybody gonna be doing until the 12th besides Nerdfest?
Besides Nerdfest?
Yeah.
Well, I am
no.
not doing Nerd Fest, so sorry about that. Not sure what I'm doing this weekend yet, but other than that, I think the day before our pod, I'm taking my mom to see Journey. So rock out, baby.
Nice.
That's about it. Yay.
Mhm.
Yay.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hopefully watch a few more movies before we go on the trip. Have to get some work stuff squared away before I bail for 5 days. But I'm looking forward to bailing because it'll be awesome. And besides
alone?
that, what's that?
Are you going by yourself?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to get the kids involved, and my son was so funny about it. Like, he would be jazzed and he would love to go and do all this stuff. But he's like, they're going to be a bunch of people. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
He does the same thing with concerts. Is like, we just went and saw the Midnight a few weeks back, and it was an awesome concert. He likes the band. But he's like, yeah, I just don't really like concerts. I don't like people that much. And I'm like, I can't blame you. I don't either. So, I pretend like I like people for a while when I go to these events, so that way I can, meet people I do like, and then just pretend like I'm okay with a whole bunch of unbathed and masses around me. It's like Comic-Con or FanFest, inevitably someone's going to smell like 5-day-old tacos, and it's just going to be unpleasant.
Oh, that's right. And LA is going to be quite a bit hotter than it is out here.
Yeah,
But we're
it's going
still
to be
gonna go.
nonstop swass.
But we're still gonna go to Trejo Tacos, right?
As long as we
Are
can
we?
find
Is that
parking.
is that near it?
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
Oh,
You
cool.
gotta go to Pink's Hot Dogs.
Oh, I
It's
don't know
not
that.
far from Trejo's Tacos.
Okay.
Send me that in a text message.
I don't eat hot dogs.
Huh. That's funny.
I do.
So, Fuzz said otherwise. It's so weird. Fuzz told me, I didn't believe him, but he told me you ate hot dogs for their shape and not their taste.
It's a weird turn, but no.
My bad.
Oh,
Oh,
I think that would
got
be
nothing for that
painful.
one. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Oh man. No.
Anyway,
but,
go on.
No, we definitely got to try some of the restaurants out there. And I know there's people out there that are totally against In-N-Out Burger. I'm a fan of In-N-Out Burger, so try to see if I can find one out there while we're out there.
Oh, you guys don't have it out there, do you?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are naysayers on that. There's good stuff on the secret menu. If you get an animal style burger, or if you get the animal style fries, those are really good.
Yeah.
I liked
But-
In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's a good fresh burger. It's I don't know why anyone's upset about it. It's better than anything McDonald's or many of the fast food places carry.
When we were in LA, we went to Jack in the Box. Oh my God, it was horrible. It was
Yeah.
it was like somehow we were in like Beverly Hills,
Mhm.
but we were in like the ghetto when we went to Jack in the Box. Like I walked in and like I got a taco also, and it was just like a grease bucket and the burger, and I was just like, well, I guess we paid to use the restroom then. And then I walked in there and I was like, oh my God. Like, oh boy. I was
Presto,
like, there's not even toilet paper.
Jack in the Box is like the Doomsday of fast food restaurants. It doesn't know what it wants to be at all.
It's
got
like high class though. It's like
got fucking tacos, American style burgers. It's got like poutine. It's got all sorts of random stuff.
and they're not good at any of them.
And they're not really good at any of them. And
Yeah.
you don't want to use those bathrooms because incidentally, like they don't do the food well and it passes through you. So you don't want to use those bathrooms.
Well, there was no toilet paper in them either. Like, luckily, we went to the bathroom after we ate or took a couple bites because when I opened the bathroom, I was like, whoa. Like,
Just
I
wipe
should've-
your ass with one of those dry buns.
yeah, I could have shit in the street and it would have been better.
Oh, so that explains the Snickers looking stuff that was on the street.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh man.
Wow.
No, it's going to be fun out there. Just I'm probably going to find the In-N-Out Burger. You said Pink's for hot dogs.
Yeah, I'll send you it.
Yeah. Trejo's tacos. Yeah, because that was good. It's just
Oh, and then
parking was the only thing that was the bad part.
Oh, yeah. Fuzzy's
You
very aggressive trying to find parking spaces.
find the dirtiest guy making tacos on the street and buy them because they're the best tacos.
Yep. He doesn't wash his hands, and that's where the special flavor comes from.
That reminds
It
me of
cooks
like New
off
York
eventually.
pretzels and New York hot dogs used to be like that. It's like the water, because I guess the vendors sometimes rinse off their hands in the water kind of thing.
Oh.
So like the pretzels and the hot dogs in New York were always great because of that.
Extra salty.
It's just salt.
But then
This is
again,
why I don't
I
like
guess
hot
the
dogs.
water in New York is also a thing that helps with the bread for pizzas and sandwiches. Because I used to be a big fan of Blimpie, and then New York style pizza was always but even to this day, it's still my favorite type of pizza.
It's
Fuzzy,
also
you're
the
much,
altitude.
yeah, Fuzzy, you're much older now,
Mhm.
and you know, your body can't take so many germs.
No, my immune system's kind of used to that stuff by now. After living out
I
there
don't
for 12
know.
years, whatever doesn't kill you make you stronger,
No,
kind of
I don't
thing.
know about that.
Fuzzy's
You're living
aiming
proof
to
of that, Fuzz.
He's aiming to find all of the germs and bacteria when we go there. Don't worry, just come over and hang out at my Airbnb. From what I hear, I'm basically in a hobo camp. So if you want all the germs, I'm sure you can get them over there.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be fun times. Fun
Yeah,
times.
yeah. So what are you gonna be doing, Fuzzy, until the 12th? Besides the Nerd Fest?
Audio stuff
Yes.
still finishing that up, and then packing. I gotta figure out what nerd shirts I'm bringing. I just got my delivery of my Forza Horizon 6 shirt and sweatshirt. Although a sweatshirt is probably not going to make any sense out in California. Just saying, but
I'm contemplating bringing mine. I ordered that black hoodie, and I kind of want to wear that for Sunday, especially because it'll be early enough in the day and we'll be indoors.
yeah.
So maybe.
I wish they made them as zip up hoodies instead of pullovers.
I know. I agree.
But yeah, that's basically it. Just trying to keep my expectations in check. Although I know we're going to see some great things at the showcase, so looking forward to it. What about you, Fee? What are you
So I'm gonna be
doing?
driving to California because somebody doesn't reply.
You're not driving the whole way, but yeah.
Well, I might drive part of the way if Fuzzy lets me drive.
Just don't play with trucks. Just don't draft off of them. Don't cut them off. Just leave the truckers alone. Just.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're bigger than us. They either run us off the road or the back of the truck will kick up rocks. So yeah, don't draft off of them. Learn from me. Don't draft off the trucks.
Yeah, but I'll also be packing up. I'll also be doing the rest of my stuff for work, so I can have my summer reduced. Because apparently I signed up for summer school and forgot.
Mistake.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you didn't pass teaching.
What?
Maybe you didn't pass teaching and you got to go to summer school.
Yeah, huh? No. That's not how it works, unfortunately. But I will see some of my students in summer school. The 4 or 5 that decided they weren't going to pass my class. So, but besides that,
Don't fall.
Yeah, I signed up for summer school and they're starting at 7 a.m.
Oh, so you're going to be late the entire time.
Yeah.
If you're waiting for sympathy for starting at 7, no.
And it's remote.
Oh, it's remote.
It's remote.
Well, then you shouldn't be late. What are you talking about?
No, I'll be late.
If you're late to that.
I mean, we have a theme going.
She is for our podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
I learned it from Fuzzy.
What?
No,
don't blame me. Don't blame me.
So I have a first block plan because I'm always late. Yeah, they switched my whole schedule around.
Yeah, exactly, Curie Cosmos. Oh, it's remote. My sympathy is gone. Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
Nope, I don't have to go physically. I just gotta walk down the steps. That's murder enough. Walking down the steps is easier.
That's some bullshit.
We gonna get a new house soon because I'm tired of walking up and down the steps.
It's an age thing. one-story house. That's I should have thought of that years ago, but no.
Yeah. So, yeah, you picked this house. But anyway, so we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna stop distracting everybody. Apparently, we're distracting everybody, which is a good thing for us. But yeah, we will see you all on the 12th for the descent. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Later.